As they fall for each other, Jane is increasingly haunted by the legend of B, an ambitious beauty with a rags to riches origin story who launched a wildly successful Southern lifestyle brand. I think I skimmed over that part. I actually don't like that part. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Danielle and this is Amber, and today we're going to talk about our most anticipated thrillers for 2021. So if you guys don't already know, thrillers are one of our favorite genres to read. We read this probably more than any other besides literary fiction. I would say at least once a week I read a thriller. Yeah. I like thrillers because they're innately fast-paced. I know there's gonna be some twists, some turns. I know that I'm gonna want to keep turning the page. Well, in a good thriller. Yeah. Some are boring. So Goodreads released their list of top 36 most anticipated thrillers. And we just went through that list and we picked our top 10. So we're gonna talk about our top 10. Yeah, and I just want to say before we start that there were very few Black and people of color authors on this list, as always. Goodreads, Black people like reading thrillers, Black people write thrillers, publishing, same thing to you. Next year, I want to see more people of color authors on this list. We have a few token ones. Yeah. So the first pick is Riley Sager's Survive the Night. We don't really like Riley Sager. We're actually going to be posting a video soon about why we don't like his books. And this is not meant to be a hate read. I just want to give him one last chance. Everybody across the board always says his books get better with age. And when I saw the synopsis of this one, it seemed a little bit better than the other ones because there's no, as far as I know, supernatural twist type of thing. It's just more realistic. So it's basically about two college boys decide to share a car together. They're going across the country, so it's a really long ride, and one of the characters starts feeling the other one is suspicious for some reason. He thinks he's lying, and then some stuff goes down. Finally, he's doing a male lead. Exactly. Maybe they won't be so stupid. Same, I'm anticipating it because we made a promise to ourselves we were going to give him another chance, but I have no, I checked on Goodreads and it's already a 3.5. That's really low. So usually before it comes out. Yeah, usually it's people who get arcs or stuff sit from the publisher, and it's usually, it's usually a higher rating just because you don't want to be mean, I guess. And it's also, they're sending it to people who have previously loved his work. And it's a 3.5. Do you know how low that is for your book to have not come out yet? Yeah. Woo, I already know it's gonna be bad. 1 star. Yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna read it and we're gonna report back. So the next book that we're really anticipating is The Maidens by Alex M. I'm not trying to pronounce his last name. It's a Greek last name. I don't know how to say it. Nope. But he wrote The Silent Patient, which we both read last year. Mm-hmm. You hated it. I liked it. I didn't love it because I thought the writing. Yeah, I didn't like the writing. I thought the plot. I thought there was so much build up and there was no payoff. But I'm gonna give him another chance because everyone loved that book. Like you said, you loved it. I'm like, no, I don't want to cancel him after one book. I'm gonna give him another chance. And The Maiden sounds really interesting to me because it centers around Greek gods and goddesses, and I eat that stuff up. And he's Greek himself, so I feel like like his other book, Silent Patient, had some Greek infusion in there, and so I like that it's coming from an authentic place. And part of the synopsis sounded really interesting. So it says, Edward is a murderer. Of this, I don't like this formal language, but of this, Mariana is certain. But Edward is untouchable, a handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University. He's adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of a secret society of female students known as the Maidens. Now, I will say, I know a lot of you love this secret society element in books. Yeah. I don't really care for it. It's not like I dislike it, but it just does nothing for me. But that's, if you like that, then this is something you'll probably want to pick up. Yep. But I like that because I have a screenplay that I've written that's a student trying to prove that a professor is a killer. Yeah, you told me about that. And of course I like that. So I want to read about it. So that's why I'm really anticipating this. Plus, I happen to like Alex's writing in The Silent Patient. I thought it was fast paced and it was just simple and clean. And it got to point A to point Z really fast. So I'm hoping this is like that. And I love this cover. So what are you predicting that your rating is going to be? Like, what do you think you're going to give it? What I'm thinking I'll give it is kind of different what I hope. I hope it's a 5-star, but I think it's probably going to be a 3.5 to 4. Why? You loved the other book. I did, but I don't really like the secret society thing. it skews a little too unrealistic for me. I mean, have you guys ever been a part of a secret society? Does that really happen? It just seems like that's something they throw in books. Also, I don't care for college, like especially Cambridge. It's like, I don't care about elite academia, so I don't like the setting, but I like the Greek part. Well, I don't have high hopes, so I'm just gonna say 3. The next book we're really anticipating is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. We talked about this in our other videos. This is probably one of the most anticipated ones. We really like his other book. We both gave it 5 stars, and it seems like it's gonna be fast paced. It seems like it's just gonna be more of the same vibe as the other one, but with a little bit of a twist. There's murder, there seems like there's gonna be a lot of interpersonal drama, and we love that in our thrillers. And it also seems like it's gonna have some action, so I don't think we can go wrong. I'm predicting at least a 4 star. Yeah, I will say a 4 star, and it's also gonna have, I think, some racial tension. Yeah. The next book we're anticipating is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. This was the book of the month pick for December, so I know a lot of people have started reading, and that's why, to be honest, why I kind of like wanted to read it, because like if everybody's reading it, I kind of want to read it. But I looked at the synopsis, it does sound interesting. I will say domestic suspense usually is a hit or miss for me, and when it's a hit, it's never a 5 star. Like, I don't think I've ever given a thriller, especially a domestic suspense, a 5 star, because the characters always are stereotypes. That, and like, you know that book that you hated sometimes Sherry Lapina? What's that book that you hated? The Couple Next Door. Yeah, The Couple Next Door. And what's the other one? You don't know it? Oh, Someone We Know. Both of those books, I would say, is classic domestic suspense, where it's like cheating and this and husbands and this, and like I don't care about that stuff. So the synopsis, it says, Jane is a broke dog walker in Thornfield Estates, a gated community full of McMansion shiny SUVs and bored housewives. But then, so I was kind of like, I don't care. But then it says, yet as Jane and Eddie fall for each other, Eddie is one of the residents, some rich guy. As they fall for each other, Jane is increasingly haunted by the legend of Bee, an ambitious beauty with a rags to riches origin story who launched a wildly successful Southern lifestyle brand. I think I skimmed over that part. I actually don't like that part. But it says, and can she win Eddie's heart before her past or his catches up to her? And I like that we're dealing with some secrets. This one is either gonna be a 1 or a 4 to me. Like, there's no way it's gonna be a 5, but I guess what I'm saying is I wanna see someone actually pull this type of plot off. We read One to Watch, which was about the Bachelor world, that show, kind of, and I thought I was destined to hate that, so I don't like this stuff about influencers and rich people problems, rich white people problems, but I'm just hoping they can surprise me. The next book is The Unwilling by John Hart. So John Hart is one of my favorite authors. I haven't read his books in a while because I know he's come out with some other books, but I just haven't read them. I really like his first book and his second book, The King of Lies and Downriver, but it's been a while since I've read them, so I just want to give him another chance. This one is going to be published soon, February 2nd, so as soon as it's available on Libby or just at the library, I'm going to take it out. And the plot seems pretty interesting. So there's a guy who's just gotten back from war, and he goes to a bar with his brother, just totally casual. A woman gets murdered and the cops suspect him. And then his brother turns on him, he starts suspecting him too. And then apparently all of this drama happens, and this is very, you know, John Hart style. So I'm just excited for it. I hope it's good. Like, I hope I can add it to all the books I like from John Hart. I think it's gonna be at least a 4.5. Well, I don't know what I think. I'm hoping it's a 4.5 star. Yeah, I'll say 4. His other ones. The next thriller on our list is Every Vow You Break by Peter Swanson. Now, a lot of you guys on BookTube love Peter Swanson as a thriller writer. We actually never read one of his. He's written so many books, and I was always like a red flag for me. Well, it's not like he wrote a Danielle Steele 75,000 books. Yeah. It's more of a Sherry Lapina, like, I don't know, 5, but he's written more than 5. Okay, fine. I know what you're saying, but they end up people just being carbon copies of each other. Oh yeah, I don't think he's like that. Okay, I have no idea. But I've been wanting to get into him, and I was always like, oh, everyone loves this one, they love this one. And I'm like, I never know which one to go, so I'm like, let's do a new release. I don't like to read too much into thriller synopses. I don't like to know everything's gonna happen. So I'm gonna read you guys the first paragraph and what kind of got me. Yeah, I think I'll read this. A bride's dream honeymoon becomes a nightmare when a man with whom she's had a regrettable one-night stand shows up in this electrifying psychological thriller from the acclaimed author of 8 Perfect Murders. That's enough. I've heard that is it. I've heard that 8 Perfect Murders is a really good one, but it spoils some other horror movies and things, so people didn't like that. But I don't know. I'm just trusting you guys on this one. We're gonna give Peter Swanson a go, and we're gonna try this one. I say 3 stars. 2 or 3. I don't have high hopes, but I'm anticipating this. I really wanna. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Thrillers are hard. Okay. So the next one is You Love Me by Caroline Kepnes. You really liked, well, you didn't like You, but I remember I didn't read the whole book, but I just read the sample and I really liked her writing. So I'm willing to give her another try. Yeah. You was just, it got too much. Yeah. And the plot was horrible. Yeah. Really bad. And apparently this is following the same guy because it's a series book. It's following the same guy, but apparently he doesn't want to kill women anymore, so he's gonna fall in love with a woman, and it's a normal woman. She has a good job and she has kids, so basically she has a life. And yeah, he's gonna start off being a good guy, and then he's just gonna go back to killing. Back to his old ways. Yeah, so it could be fun. It's just, she gotta come through with the plot this time. The first one, it just ended the way it started, and there was no choice. What you knew was gonna happen happened. So for this one, since we already know it's gonna go sour, she needs to come through with a good twist. Yeah. The next thriller is Do No Harm by Christina McDonald. This is a new author for us. We haven't read her. So I read the synopsis of this one, and it sounded pretty interesting. So Emma's life is perfect. She's married, she has a kid, but everything comes crashing down when her kid gets cancer. So now she has to figure out a way to pay for his treatments, and they don't have a lot of money. This one gives me very Breaking Bad vibes. So if you love that series, I personally did not like that show, so I never got into it, but it has the same thing. A parent who's desperate. Yeah. So obviously in Breaking Bad, he's desperate to fix his lung cancer to fund his treatment. This one, it's for her son. And I will say, I don't love this so much because I feel like a lot of authors kind of make moms, like their only venture onto the dark side is because they're a mom, and that's their only motivation. They're a mom or a wife. But I don't know, I'm here for a strong female character going after this. So she basically starts dealing opioids to fund this, and there's a murder and things get twisted. So could be really good or it could be whack. I kind of feel like it might be like The Chain. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I thought of. I'll say 3 stars. I'll go 3 too, because most thrillers end up being 3s. I know. The next one is called Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. I'm not gonna butcher her last name, but this one comes out in May, and it's basically a thriller about, so a woman owns her own restaurant, and one day someone who was eating in the restaurant dies, is murdered, and they start blaming her from the food. They think it's the food. No. Someone murders her, and she's the #1 suspect. Just it's her place, so she's the #1 suspect. And so that's all I read. Like I said, you know, thrillers, sometimes they just give you too much info, but this is by a person of color, and I thought, let's give this a chance. And I always like a murder mystery. Can't really go wrong. You just don't fail us at the twist. Yep. So the last thriller that we're highly anticipating this year is Who is Maud Dixon by Alexandra Andrews. The synopsis did sound a little on the weird side, but it was comped to The Silent Patient, which I actually really loved. So I just said, fine, let me read the synopsis. It's a taut, twisty, character-driven suspense novel about a famous novelist and a small-town striver locked in a struggle for fortune and fame. Now, I don't love books about writers. What's a striver? I have to Google that. I have no idea what that is. But I'm really just going off the comp, because there was a lot of books on this list that I didn't... I don't really trust comps, but... There was a lot of... Yeah, I don't either. But there was a lot of like really like detective stories, and I hate all of those. So off of this list, this one seemed the most interesting. I just hope it's not corny in the writer aspect. I also don't love books about the pursuit of fame. I know. Or in Hollywood, or... Hate it. Just that. And this is the author we haven't read. I think this is a debut. It is. So let's give her a chance. So those are all the thrillers that we're looking forward to. If you guys have any thrillers that you think should be on our radar, just leave it in the comments below. We love getting recs from you guys. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. We do post twice a week. Bye. Bye, guys. Idiot.